Hi there, my name is Tony Savo of the Coalition, coalitionfightmusic.com. The reason for this video is a brief explanation of what we do. We are the world's only fight music band. We are here in London right now raising awareness with our Man Up campaign. We've partnered with Europe's biggest promotion, which is UCMMA, headed by Dave O'Donnell, and also with Mind Glue Media for Wartime TV. We have a number of fighters that are basically volunteered to help us raise awareness. You know, human trafficking is a very tough topic, and we couldn't think of anyone tougher than mixed martial artists or cage fighters to tackle the topic and make it okay for guys to talk about. We've launched the Fight for Freedom in London on June 4th at the Troxy to raise funds for a trip to the Sudan. We are looking to gather sponsorship and endorsements for anyone interested in being associated with our mission, with the Man Up campaign, and with liberating child sex slaves in various parts of the world. I'm going to show you a quick overview of who are the characters that are interested in going to the Sudan later this year, and that's about it. So we'll look forward to catching up with you in just a bit. Thank you. Dollar Bill from the Coalition, coalitionfightmusic.com. Yo, so we do the Man Up campaign, which is against human trafficking.
Yes,
what are your thoughts on human trafficking?
It's tragic, and it's real heartfelt to find out that a lot of people don't know about it. Once you find out about it, it hurts. It hits the soul. It hits the heart, and you just realize, you need to be involved in that. So that's what we hope we can bring awareness. We hope
Nice. Now I see Love 146, which is an organization that actually liberates child sex slaves in various countries. I heard that they're possibly willing to go to the Sudan to liberate some slaves.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on that?
It's fearful, but to be able to be involved in saving lives, you like when you first hear about it and everything, you're like, oh, you get real excited, you're ready to go, you want to go save a life, and then you find out you're saving lives, hundreds of lives, their families, history, brothers, sisters. You're combining it all, and I really commend what Christian Elliott's done, and we stand behind him 100%. We're ready to go.
Awesome. Now, as a father, what's your thoughts on human trafficking?
That's where it hit home for me. I'm a dad, I had a kid when I was 16 years old, so it brought me into the man that I am today. If that hadn't happened, I wouldn't be who I am. So if I could touch people's lives through that, I feel that's where I need to be.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Bill, for your time. We'll look forward to catching up with you in a few.
Right.
All right, we are here live with Coalition Fight Music, the heart and soul of the Coalition. We got Unlabeled right here. Unlabeled, why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do for the Coalition?
All right. Well, like he said, I'm Unlabeled from Coalition Fight Music. We specialize in everything in MMA. We everything's a fight. Life's a fight. So.
Awesome. Now tell me about human trafficking. What are your views on human trafficking and where it's at as far as the awareness in the United States and in the UK?
Well, as far as the awareness, it almost sickened me when I found out where I'm from, Sacramento, is a huge hub of kids, right there under my eyes. Yeah, I wasn't even aware about.
All right, now we've been tentatively scheduled to do a mission, a rescue mission with Christian Elliott of the IOCC, I believe, and we're going to go into the Sudan and actually liberate slaves. What are your thoughts on that, and why are you, a musician, getting involved with this?
Well, to me, like you said, the awareness aspect in this is to be able to actually go and do it and have it hands-on and actually save lives. I mean, we're getting families reunited for cow vaccines, and to be able to do that rather than just talk about it, it brings a little bit more life to it. So you can actually say, I am a part of this and I do care. It's not just written on paper. We're actually there risking our own lives to save lives, and it's a huge amount of it.
Awesome. Well, Unlabeled, we thank you for your time, and we'll catch up with you in a few.
Thank you.
Okay. We're here live with Dave O'Donnell of UCMMA, Europe's premier fight organization. Dave O'Donnell, why don't you tell us how you got involved with the human trafficking?
Well, you know what, I met this great band, Coalition. They're singing for all the fans, singing for the fighters. Sat down over a drink, they told me what their big cause was, you know, Man Up campaign, human trafficking. So to me, always get behind, if someone's doing good for people, get behind them, push it, help everybody, because what comes around goes around. If you're good to people, it comes back. So if we can stop bad things happening in the world, that's all got to be good for mixed martial arts. It's the sport of the future. From me and Coalition, we love you people.
Awesome.
Man up.
Now, with the possibility of some fighters going to the Sudan, some of your fighters from your stable, from your organization, taking the lead on this, what are your thoughts of that? Real fighters going to liberate child sex slaves in the Sudan?
Well, do you know what? That would be absolutely amazing, because a lot of the guys, they all want to do good for the sport, and if they can help people, we've done stuff for cancer, fighting for heroes, this is just another feather in our cap. MMA fighters doing the right thing, going out helping people. Not only do they fight in the cage, they fight for the world, for the best of the world being. Greenpeace and all that.
Awesome. Dave, thank you very much for your thoughts. We'll catch up with you in a few.
Word up.
All right, we're here live with Jermaine Facely, UCMMA title contender. Got a title fight coming up. Jermaine Facely is one of the fighters that is the professional mixed martial artist that has volunteered his time to possibly go to the Sudan with us. Jermaine, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Welcome, my name's Jermaine. Mr. Payne, you can call me. Yeah, we've been running Landon's MMA for about 3 years down here. I've been doing MMA for about 6 years. Onwards, always been doing it. Always love the sport. I love it. It's like our movement is called Hands Up, Guns Down. You know, because it's all about taking the kids off the street and you know, bringing them, introducing them to the world of mixed martial arts and showing them a better way than just roaming on the roads. Because it's hard.
So, what are your feelings on human trafficking? How did you become aware of it? What are your thoughts on human trafficking?
You know, I've been seeing things on the news, and sometimes, you know, because it's not happening in front of your eyes, you're blind to the fact that it's happening. You know, I know the Coalition guys and everybody else, myself and the Bandux crew. Any of us can do anything to help 1, 2, 3 people.
We are here with Stateside, aka Tony Savo. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Basically, I'm the producer for the Coalition, CoalitionFightMusic.com. We are the kings of fight music, the only guys, the only fight music band in the country, in the whole world. Basically, we're here in London working with UCMMA, Dave O'Donnell, who is a pioneer in MMA, mixed martial arts. Basically, you know, we've come together to tackle the topic of human trafficking going on. It's basically an epidemic going on that nobody's talking about. So that's what we're here for.
Right. Now, what give us a little bit of your thoughts on actually human trafficking.
You know, it's horrible to think that slavery is still going on. You know, you say slavery and you think obviously, you know, people from Africa getting trafficked, getting sold into slavery and so forth. But basically, slavery, there's more slaves now than there is, than there's ever been historically. And it's just a horrible thing to consider, your son, your brother, your daughter, your wife, anybody, your sister, your mom, being a slave, being a property of someone else. So we've actually partnered with a number of organizations like UCMMA, like Christian Elliott of the IOCC, and California Against Slavery, various different domestic and international organizations to bring awareness to this huge atrocity and to get people involved.
Nice. Now, what are your thoughts on actually going to Sudan?
Well, when we spoke with Christian Elliott, and he actually runs missions into various places like the Sudan and war-torn countries like Burma. We were very excited about the opportunity to go and get a hands-on experience and to raise funds with UCMMA, Dave O'Donnell, the Fight for Freedom, and in connection with CNN, and to just put an end to this. Obviously, there's only so much one person can do, but when we make a coalition of people who are like-minded and have the same goals, there's so much. Every life that you touch, that's priceless. So we're very excited about it. We're looking forward to the opportunity to go into the Sudan, raising the funds with UCMMA, Fight for Freedom, and putting an end to human trafficking.
All right, very well. Well, thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you. All right, and we're here live with Grant Waterman, the Europe's premier referee for mixed martial arts, promoter. Grant Waterman, why don't you tell us a little about yourself and what you do?
Yeah, I'm into the fight game. I've been promoting since 2004. I've ran 20 of my own successful shows, pretty much all sellouts. I've been an ambassador for mixed martial arts and combat sports in the UK and in Europe since 2000.
Now, what are your thoughts on human trafficking now that you've become aware of human trafficking going on in America and the UK, child sexual exploitation? What are your thoughts?
You know, it's one of these disgusting subjects that I don't want it to enter my thoughts. But it takes adults, people of character, to address these situations and try and rectify it. You know, can we stamp it out completely? That's going to take years and years, but can we do a little bit to try and make it a bit better for these people who are being affected? Yes, we can. We've got to make some sacrifices ourselves. We just can't even imagine the hardship some of these people are going through. We sit here in our luxury apartments, drive around in our cars, we've got food on the table every day. Nobody's kicking us around, telling us what to do. We moan when we have to get up for work, but these people are being treated like slaves every single day of their lives, and it's just so disgusting. Something needs to be done. Awesome.
Now, you've volunteered to go on to the Sudan with a hands-on mission with Christian Elliott and the Coalition, Wartime TV, Mind Glue Media. What are your thoughts about going to the Sudan and getting a hands-on, seeing the people there in real time?
You know, it's I don't ever want to be classed as a hero or a pat on the back for anything that I do for charity or anything like that. This is something. It's coming. Genuinely, is coming from my heart. I've got a son. He's 13 years old. He plays football. He's at school. He's got meals on the table. He's loved. You know, that it's all good for him. He'll never understand the hardship these kids are going through. And if I can just go out there and add a little bit of snippet of positivity, then I'm happy.
All right, so we're here live with Mark Wartime Carling, a cage fighter, an action journalist. Mark, who are you? What do you do?
I'm a presenter on the show Wartime, and I help out on Dave O'Donnell's show Cage Fight on Sky Sports. I also fight myself. I've had my ass served twice in a cage, but I'm going back for more.
Awesome. Now, what are your thoughts on human trafficking?
I think the idea of people having their own lives dictated by other people is an appalling, horrible thing. And any way I can change it, I want to change it.
Awesome. Now, we found out that you're willing to go to the Sudan and actually get a hands-on feel for the situation and liberate some slaves there, some human slaves. What are your thoughts?
I have my own production company, and to talk to them, we're all ready to go out there whenever it's good for you guys, and I want to make a difference. If I can make a difference by exposing these people, then I'm all over this.
Awesome. Well, Mark, we're going to look to catch up with you in a bit. Thank you very much for your time.
No worries.
We're here with Steve, Karate Steve of Wartime TV. Steve, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Right, hi there people, I'm Steve Gray. I'm part owner of Mind Glue Media in the UK, working for the MMA scene with the Wartime crew, repping it, keeping it real.
Awesome. Now, what are your thoughts on human trafficking?
Human trafficking is one of the sickest crimes going. It just demoralises individual people, making their lives in absolute misery, and it absolutely makes me sick.
Awesome. Now, we've heard that you're going to Sudan,
Yep.
possibly. What are your thoughts on getting a hands-on feel for liberating the child sex slaves?
I think anyone with any part of a heart, anyone with a soul, just do anything they can to stop this crime. It's the sickest crime going. It's got to be stopped. And if I do anything, I'm there.
Awesome. Steve, thank you very much for your
No
time.
worries.
We'll catch up with you in a bit.
Take it easy.
All right, so we're here with Big Abs, Abby of Mind Glue Media, Wartime TV. Abs, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm Abs. I work for Mind Glue Media. I live in Brighton, and I'm at UCLA. I love it.
Awesome. Now, what are your thoughts on human trafficking?
Oh, God. Where should I start? It's horrendous. It's horrendous. It should be happening. It happens all over the world. And it's something that we support and stop and eradicate as soon as we can, really.
Awesome. Now, we've heard that you've possibly signed on to go with the coalition to in Wartime TV to Sudan to get a hands-on kind of feel for the thing and liberate some slaves. What are your thoughts on that? What are your motivations?
Fantastic. And going with celebrities as well is fantastic. It's a good way to open people's eyes and create awareness, which is really important for this.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for your time, Abby. We'll look forward to catching up with you a little bit later.
Thank you. Take care.